This is Wadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Honorable Sanja, Honorable Super Sanso, and yeah, innocent on your innocent. And so, Ewoho. The Boko said national security more money in court, Kede. Asamankese. Kwewu. Ene sesala ne dabagana da gaba. Sa 4 areas we. Ifi ena kusi said the oho biya no bedrono. Mon trema ne nyansa makao. Intela ifi formo bano. Mayent na won train tu na mojen hwengu. These 4 areas. Sisala dagaba erim ho Kwewu Asamankese ene Kede sa 4 areas we national security mo mo nan yentintia ho ebia na me intel na ma peke no emum entimi nyedu te se mokura mo de mo ma mo nan yentintia anye saa yo makawie yes ho yari ora nkrata akoma omampani John Dramani Mahama ono so akato wo se o hye bo se sai japadiri na obeche enunti ye hwe kwan e kan komo a ye be bodo ho ani ye de kan ye toso bi enu ne se ye san ko yi council of state for ne sa group na constitution say umutu president for opa onfa ene ye beto won so aba ye ka che say we cover it extensive ye be mo we hu region bia o ma sha se to o mo start here 1 hour 39 minutes ago o mo sha se no wotwe a wo mo no so kura na o moto wo ko ba bi kura nipa 18 pe na eto aba no ho kura de menya ne say 18 na akoto awie
baby kura 12 na beto
baby sukura nipa 12
say this is near 6
nipa 12 ena ebeto ti ebinum kura ato awie aha ti wotu wie sa ye bebie so no yakenkan enti obia be huni smoothness level our council of state no so emu ye be hwe no go say John Ahmed 1 month enti ye hwe 1 month in office well media we di bosume baako but mame mo no akwaba
yeah gamini
abibia boko
oh agena domeye
the bia metese wa win election bia na ye mede na sanso ye me won
I didn't say your mama.
Because the kind near my course so many be so kai.
Oh, well, Nipa Brabom, some of these things are bound to happen.
To say we're a fighter. Why are they?
Nyamine dana.
Utrimkwa.
That's it.
Where what term say me answer? This is your third term.
Yes.
Wow. From DCE to MP. MP.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I had I say in fact the last 20 years there, our life in into politics.
Politics, yeah.
Ivan Akwaba.
Captain Major so.
Me shall say honorable.
Yeah.
Honorable.
Papa.
Ora.
Ne di kan me chia atiefo.
Atiefo Joseph.
Na o programming atewu before hwepa enkanka my wife. Yeah, program for Africa. O di beto o di agran be su koto.
Hey,
yes I mean captain onyan kasa nwie e a okwada bia nko TV no.
Sa?
Enti ma me chia me repa abna. Na ni so mu nyina ehwe na me nda omo nso asese na ye kan. Ni ye bia na ye onyankopon ne atewu amantem pesoafo no adom ena me kisa ni amete enne. Nti me nyom boni aye na me nyom hwe amoso da. Na yembra ora captain onim se enne okukase pa ede yanim yeko katashe no proye aga na ni bia no esese se adwuma ni ho se ahokyere ewo ho ni nyina twakosi katashe ne proye na se nya president bi wa ba wo se katashe ne proye no opese otu ase ana obra no ase a ese Ghana fo nyina esore waka na omoboa no esanse ono nkoa as president no ontumi nye obenya papa no so obeye but apart from nipa na omotwa no ho ahia no ministers a appoint wo mo ne government officials no Ghana fo ankra no nso so ewo role esese ye play and now no pay corruption perception index. So last year, now you're 43%. This time, you're above from 42%. You're above from, which means that corruption, and money, how many so? Because the time where 2014, you score 48%. And then you say, going forward, you know, because you be so your scores no be cost. But it is rather the opposite. Etino se ora enra pa na me take ora na asene ebia ye nuanom binum, even though I supported it, but I didn't actually know what they were to do until say enra mo present on report no and it dawned on me say they were only to gather information, and the information on gather no is 2,417 or 2,400 plus na or the nyina nso adan attorney general di ne ebe kan say attorney general adwuma sono pa na e de ahye nsa no onhwe ne ba bia yie papa yo enye pepepe na obi a no ho bon bi ho bia no omunya investigation no ne no ho bia no ho nimu no ho onfa no ho ndi ba ne omo no ho wo mu say ebia watam oman agapade bi dia ye no ho yie ananse oman agapade a se Ghana fo nyina di so mfaso ono nko afa e na odi so mfaso a ada se obema ye bema na sande agapade no ama oman no na asotwe bi a se ye de ma no bia nso ye de ma no ne omo de nso ye se bia sika e na omo afom so sika no nso no attorney general ye mpremti ne e so oye nemum sika no nyese no anse so ontue sika no na ebia watue sika aba no ese ye weka ho interest kra e de ka ho na enko ese the court, the judges, the judicial system should help the attorney general because he will prosecute. He can only prosecute, but he cannot pass judgment. Ebe unsa sanu beda ho a national nothing. Na 4 years a twem, nothing. Na 8 years a twem. Na a new government beba, na be different thing altogether. Entinom ora no die say ese Ghana fo nyina a omo pe Ghana yedie omo ba omampanyin abaso say wotu anamo a ente say san say na nra na amanfo ebubu ena say president we di afi bosomi de entumi emfa measure performance but so far no anamo a president to efa sa ora we ho appointments within 14 days wa nominating your friend is saying ministers ebinum waso omu in so far kra ministers and substantive no de yaso omu nyina ina aka deputies no ne antotoye bia se ototo a ebe gina so amuvu oman no em se eno no o kan obebo na abaso se wo ye no wa ho hare so pa na e wa yehwemu se ministers na wa nominate omu nyina no omu nyina nso so behu the vision of the president. And the vision of the president and the manifesto of the NDC should be their guide. Manifesto ni de we a minister, we a DC, we obenya president appointment biya no. Eso mo manifesto ni ye o Bible. Area wo so we a DC start implementing some of the policies even before the president come in. A bit to say national apprenticeship program see. If you are a DC and you have common fund, you don't even need to wait for the president to come or the government to come before you at your level. You have to start doing something. And in Ghana, baby, na yesu say Ghana be dra ye dia ko gram na dongo no. But the next 2 years, na yesi who say enema ye dia gugu afom na asase eso abapa na promises adima tumanfo nso so no na ya asase edi so emfa so na ye hye so and the captain who bisa me so far about the aura na metumi aka na say it's a good thing and we shouldn't just leave it like that say ebia ya bedru ya ban foforo ntino ye ni hihihihyo na aye say ne poto kasa ye kan say 9-day wonder it should be something and the fight against corruption. And the president Kasembi or Ghana will no longer be a safe haven for corruption. And if Ghana will not be a safe haven for corruption, you're trying to share in no. I say you my home so. Now the police, the security agencies, the law enforcing agencies, for individuals. You see something, say something. Whatever we see na minor, we shouldn't keep quiet. Just orano 2,000 plus complaints. It means that among forward and some shisha hopa amun to me but with this one no I'm more quiet. I'm a nipando do no me na me gidi say binimu kra no wo ha. And near my show, so we should still encourage those people. We should encourage them. You show them cry and say, "Omum fat nyomu nimbia nyadi embra." Na senkanya ora. Some of these things would have gone under the carpet. And when so about out no so obi wo cry ebe boaro ebe clear ono ankasa. Ebi na agree bi wo say, "Oh captain, kontom asasi ebia ne di wakoji but ene hwehwemu an ehun say enya no captain class a bia kra oni asase around that area onu nso no ho ayede asun sign no kama so I think it's a good thing. We must encourage it.
I mean call Ivan ora
captain the can mention na mention o tie for na mention honorable I think the second time be na share ne
Okay
OSYZ
okay
yeah so captain the aka ora hwasem so far so good it's early days yet to pass judgment on President Mohammed's government because 1 month there enough there. Yes, but I think the signs are so far demonstrate somebody will go back to the bench was here most of his mistakes waba back he's making amends and trying to do things differently. And I think that is why the last time I was telling you some of the decisions, executive decisions, are intact. The clarity of thought, that kind of way. So I think so far so good. With this oral thing, I am very familiar with the sort of bastardization started and when the committee was set up. People were arguing the legal backing, the legal framework, regulating. Minim when ye hear legal framework and say set up a committee to receive some of these things. But now I catch say, oh, no, any prosecutorial powers. Say all prosecute will be. They don't have power to set charge or invite or be say chin my information. They are there as a platform and receive just information from Ghanaians. At the end of the day, Omonsaka said the Omonsaka and Roya, what the common president, he will forward it to institutions or more prosecutorial powers to do further digging and investigation. Onya evidence, not evidence, no our value. Our meeting so standing the test of a prosecution at court, then we proceed in that particular direction. Because about 2 years ago, a drive the elections, a perception of corruption. And we got to a point where now it was no longer perception, but faces were rather placed behind the corruption cases. And if we drew a point, Ghana for be so numb with the issues, but that's alright. And the corruption, if you are you don't even get space to discuss. My cultures are politics, and yeah, sorry, and issues of corruption. But because oh, young fan chair and as you no, Captain, a perception and they inform me everything. So at the until last night, my cultures are quite sorry them near the tools so offer will be here. But me so me the money, but in politics, me the money is not there. Because it is the perception that informs among for political opinion and the choices that they make. So we are politicians, as we are government, you must always move in to dispel any notion of corruption. And then so we check here, institutions are measure corruption, they use perception. Because I know that they what people see, and they inform their thought and everything. So the move by the president, and I think that is appropriate, it also emboldens public confidence because say in recent times, a man for trust or more in the establishment or government, I reduce you, a man for any trust. It got to a point that the government was somewhere, and I say, watching what will happen. But if you begin to do some of these things, it will engender and inspire people. Say, oh, Abani is serious. He's really fighting corruption. And I think that the public support now here, you can enlist it to do this particular thing. Because the nature of human being is such that so we nipa, adia captain nipa bayeno, we are naturally dangerous and very corrupt. And he always, man must make sure that there are consequences and repercussions for every decision and choices that you make. But we live in a country where there is no conventional deterrence. The consequences are there. So that you create a free range. And it's the reason why we saw what happened. So this oral thing, the amount of money, the estimation, so what is the sebi now to one we crash show so manya yeti kwa abonten kobo bosia $3 billion yet meet na kroma kwabran need me we are over about 20 billion clearly it say we need to do a lot to salvage the situation. So I think that is a good move that will embolden public confidence. Now say the it shouldn't be just populist politics or populist approach. Oh ya can ya ban a few days ya bobo and krata and whenever nothing happens. And I don't know the day ebe prove crucial in this fight against corruption has to do with the court. Captain, we need to touch the court. Because I know the day, the whole prosecution is going to happen. We know what happened in the previous administration when there was this desperate attempt to pack the court. The question is, say na honorable Sikano, enkonkwaye case ye pia adeni nyina kogu ho a 4 years ni ndi asem no wie. Ghana for want shift your reaction and response. Na enkoye back and forth. I don't support the idea of setting up your friends Kufuor pencil or a fast track high court and as well. I don't support it. But there are ways we can fasten some of these prosecutions. There is real commitment to end up pinning this particular thing because Captain going forward in Sono, it's not just about previous what has happened. What will happen to these people should also send a clear message to people who will be in this government. So politics governance going forward, it's no more business as usual. The mere fact that what this particular government in Muno doesn't give you the license and the audacity to mess up. Mess up a bina be you you prosecute too, because that is in politics. You know, the easiest thing to do is to prosecute your political opponent. It's easy. But the raw deal comes when you take upon yourself to prosecute your own people. And I think that is where we need to tell people, say, the rest is yours. So I him for na asofo na omonam dan achi na ye kopacha wo na say ora we ya buy a prosecution be sha say enye nwanwa ahemfo ne asofo be sha se e kopacha ma omonana no mo fase enum. So I know the energy aye de yes ade we nyina no wo be he na ni nyina akofom. I know the day Obiabe Lusu God and everything goes. Then we come to an era of corruption once again where people think say politics is an avenue I can easily make money and get away. Captain, now this hostile intrusion, a lot of people, everybody want to do politics. Because that is the easiest way to make money in this country. Because there are no consequences for actions I think that we really need to send a message say governance, you know, privileged position for unim dia do wunyansa aboa na ye nchechire oman sebe ya I know the ordinary and the average Ghanaian na all need those opportunities ne privileges na wo no ono benya that particular benefit na be an avenue a conduit where people go make money. I know they get away, there are no consequences. Now no na make sure South Korea omo president and na man investigators call Konano because of issues of corruption. I know what happened. The whole sitting president was investigated. And this is the height that these people have elevated the fight against corruption to. By the other day, easily, you know, but those who are stealing millions of dollars, you know, they get away. So I think there is a wake-up call for all of us. Issues of corruption as a future prominently in this administration, because one of the reasons Ghanaians voted, exactly. We don't want to see corruption. Yes, and you cannot afford to fail the people. And the first, you need to pay few people in the media. You control the political narrative. The corruption, and that win to me, Captain. The space has widened. And yesterday now I was telling somebody saying that there are no consumers of news anywhere. We are all prosumers. We are producing and consuming at the same time. Yeah. Because once you have the capacity to go on social media and post, you know, you are producing news. You read Obidia, you are also at the same time consuming. So we are all prosumers. The platform has widened with this new innovative tech platforms, you know. You can't control the narrative anymore. Wouldn't even come out. Few traditional media can almost set the agenda and in fact people will discuss government, and you see the youth are becoming wide awakened and enlightened following issues of politics with keen interest. And this they can easily tap on their phone, do comparative analysis, or they compare other countries, this is wrong and so forth. So the best thing any government can survive in this country, and they say obey the right thing. Now what making sure say you serve the people diligently. Now issues of corruption and as for bar, obey show real commitment. Now ya fighting. Because like I said, with this new government, Ghana for are not expecting governments or kotoka mobi and now mobi cash at the bottom. Do the right thing, and that is all that the people of this country want. Captain, you don't understand the veil of desperation hanging around this country. Young people come out of the university. There is absolutely nothing that they can do for themselves. And I know a lot of people are with degree programs and so forth, but they are traveling to Middle East and other places just to work for money. And sometimes working conditions out there. It's so funny. Sometimes you begin to wonder. But these people are going because on minor team, Captain, opportunities be anyhow. The last time I make a show about your mineral regime, I okroma say, yet me nya gold, ye nya diamond, nano ye nya lithium, na ya de ya fra man for moma jimuntu na moma 10%. Sometimes you begin to wonder, why you first why you. And this initiative, also in the community, the people there are deprived. The last time we spoke about Obuasi, and now Obuasi land and answer to the extent there is nothing that any young person living at that particular place, can use the land to do. Yeah, to assassinating in say now no lithium. We spoke wisdom to the president, but he was not amenable to those concerns being raised by the people. I know the day the lithium now. You know very well, so lithium is the new gold because the world is going green.
That's right.
And when you have such natural resources, what you have to do is say you partner companies or more resources, you pay them, you own the thing, you set up a plant, you create job opportunities and incentive for people. But now you're 21st century, you're quite tenacity, you're quite gold, you're quite lithium,
say omonjino omoma 10%. We were celebrating these things. Now no one who's a Botswana. Omo your friend saying Diamond Company, one of the biggest diamond extraction company in Botswana. They've gone to the stance of doing 50-50 at this time. Even though me 50-50 I disagree.
Yeah, sure.
You understand? By 1090, 1585. Now how a man for a language in poverty, where people are being impoverished in this country, especially in this community, the veil of hopelessness. People traveling Ghana for Mugu Libya because but the opportunities are not there. I think the government needs to sit up. We see there is a lot to do. That is why the last time I mean, your more be position no more jubilating. Me say this is no time to be jubilating. No, sure. Because you don't understand the enormity of that has been given to you. You mess it up. There you see how Ghanaians will go after you. You understand? The mere fact that people voted for NDC doesn't mean that you come and mess up and everybody will go quiet. No, you need to take into cognizance that particular support now, the confidence now, and you deliver on that, so that Amamfo will continue to invest that particular trust. Now you build the governance. Now you reposition your friends at Ghana. Now you changing the political narrative. Now people will not assume say, oh, politics is a chrono. Now you say a avenue. You the build your mind. Now you dim the phone and as for the bedroom. Now adventure. Now you the chichiro of mine or mine. And you a fertile avenue to come make money, and then I know they take care of your family. You take your family outside and as for no. That is the notion we are seeking to kill. So I think they're so far so good. Okuja Tony the team or my idea, and those on the other side are now more engaging in this cynicism, creating an impression. Say you're witch hunting. Captain, we are witcher. You will be hunted. So we are witcher. You will be hunted. Now, how saying, so why you're born here, then you should be worried. Because it is not the president that is going to prosecute you. It is the people of this country. Because President Mahama in the campaign, I checked some of the indices among for year. Do you know that one of the reasons people voted for him the aura?
Oh yes.
Yes. One of the campaign promises gaining a lot of traction because we got to a point you say corruption among for real to a point I would describe it. So the only way is to come out with such an initiative to recover that particular thing. And overpower you cannot afford. Is the reason why I'm happy. Say one of his earliest decisions that he took at the time, showing commitment and the respect for the people of this country. Said, this is what I told you. This is what I'm going to do. And that energy, now see the pursue this particular thing. You're making sure, say, yes, set the stage. And Ghana, we've established that conventional deterrent so far as corruptions are concerned. Oba, you will be prosecuted, you will be hunted. And trust me, there are a lot we can do to save this country. And yes, sir, Captain, on my way, you better politics are dirty, and this MPP politics, depending on where you stand across the political divide, and the bear informing your opinion. So assembly a wrong crowd, you defend it, we all get away. I think that now Ghana for a wider awakening. They are following the issues. It's the merit and amount for a share, not the other side, the politics and the emotional activism. We are looking at the political, the governance aspect of Ghana for a DE. And I think that is what we need to come do. The government, the government will be able to enlist the collective strength and the support of all Ghanaians to rebuild the Ghana we all want. And I think that is the best way.
All right. And then we can come up power, but Council of State, Honorable Kakra. Na Ivan Fakakra so na fe. Ye ko nchene so.
Okay.
Ye be kan nchene ho asem.
Council of State. Say na odi kan kan ene na omoto omoso aba. Na 16 regions no obia be yi nipa baako e de abeka ho. Na president ewe kwenya so ofa nipa baako 15. Edeka ho. Emu 4 no ye some guarded former IGP, former Chief Justice,
former CDS.
So those and the regional house of national house of chief,
the president of the national house of chiefs.
Yes. The na ono na 11 account na near udi kan say omo na 2 president for. But Ghana constitution is on your binding.
Yeah.
So now the can no. There's a foot will be at the sanity. Me took foot to me captain. Who program ye say My dream I'm actually. But it's not binding on you.
What can I dream?
What can I dream? So, but we are praying, say, regions now be to abaning 2 assembly members from each district. Obako to abano on obako to abano. Omo hwe nipa sebio owo nimdie ewo amambu ho na obetumi aboa president. Niama no bebre wo ho a you say president dane de ma omo for omo afuto even appointments bi no kura wo ho a say ese oji afuto free omo ho ansana sa appointments no adimu. So they be here nipa omo ye level headed. Said papa we die so okoka president ho na o tunufo a obetunufo a ebeboa Ghana fo ebi ni say ye ka corruption any bribery as in katashene proye na ebia nipa no a oti ne community no kra no nipa no dodo na omo ye nipa atitru for pa na omo dodo no ya ahemfo aye nim sene ebia oye ohene no oman hene ananse ohene bi a the area omo nim dwuma a odi so odwuma a odi na say dwuma no di no ho adanse se oba obetumi abeye na enye ne oba bepe no ho ananse ye kase na corruption ne bribery na ono nso so already kra mu ni say ne ho ebon oniama bi ho so e be stress delegates no they should look at things very well. And normally eba sa electoral college system no e ye side of the country and I say world na electoral college system no emwa bebre because the numbers are very few and obi wo ha he can marshal all the resources to just buy the few. My region like the Nipa 22 na ekotoaba 11 districts Nipa 22 so obi a nani abre pass and answer or bibisa you know he can easily influence the delegates with money. I have to say there are just 6 districts 12 and ekotoaba oko Savannah Nipa 12 northeast the same thing so Nipa 12 there you can easily but ni nyina mu no a gentleman does not refuse an offer. A offer na nipa ne de ma. But a man in toward so when you say a pay party ya dane sika ya dane sa position we mana eniama enko yie but san say wa mo sika ntino and also he's the highest bid until maybe yakoto aba amano because the man president JM nani abre say obeye adwuma enti ese nya nipa ono nso betumi ayeden aboa no ama eniema watoto niema yie na say sana yekokotwa no troka na chese yekoye ana say ye buy enti captain the best the delegates no enye ye na council of state no so ni obewi ni bia no so no ye man netri nkwa na yasre ne so no so dwumadie na amodo be hye nsa no eye dwumadie so nwa aso pa omoba omonye ni eyie emaye Ghana ho hia ye nyina.
All right. And to say ye di kan e ka kire wo no ebi koso na obi anwe obi so dia wo ho omo enwene ko kakran northern region inipa nine ene gina se yento won so aba Alhaji Mohammed Mumuni Richard Andani Yakubu Enafe Inyandi Abdul Rakib ene Adam Hussein enipa ekọ ho se wo kwoto abani na ye 32 watu wie no na Adam Hussein wenye 0 obi anto ama no Inyandi Abdul Rakib wenya 2 adenam so mo de fiase ekosoro to the ode asepa nya 0 ena Richard Andani Yakubu sunya 4 ena Alhaji Mohammed Mumuni onya 26. Wow. It is say ya me no kase no Alhaji Mohammed Mumuni ono na ye Council of State member elect Emma Northern Region.
I'm a former MP.
Patrane. Okay. So no, se ya me no kase Northern Region police abeti bi di atoso ye yi ono preko. Nya dia o mo chekura, o mo nchero ho kura. 943 ya kan awie yi no. To Northern Region ato ne de awie eyi nipa obegina one name so mo Council of State member Lucas Yerian and a year presiding officer or share ye Emma Batui etimi eko so fe ti say ya me no kasa de obi atene ho ase agent no Abdullah Baba ne jire mu ma Alhaji Muhammad Mumuni dini de aka no nkofo no mo tro te say doctor for nti me hu bi ye me hu Abubakar wo ho Sadat on jire mu ma Adam Hussein ene wo wa aka ne one doctor Adina ejire mu ma Yandi Abdul Rakib nti Northern Region yewie ya to yewie mo wini ni win wa win no so na eno anu no e chofio
asemo
nti eno na doubt TV no so no ti say out of 16 ye de ba ko a kire o de akari na ye de betoto aso but say Central Region and so ato awie ena bono awie ahafo ato awie Volta ato awie Eastern ato awie Greater Accra Fuguso nti ye de bebre wansan ya sorry yako ibe hu de
Captain, so the composition of Council of State, you and I will admit, composed of revered individuals and penning for him for Kessie, are Ghana for respect for them. But in the last 8 years, I mean, open one institution, Ghana for bastardizing a Council of State. It got to a point Ghanaians were rendering it useless. So it was one of the most useless institutions in Kenya. Because the core mandate are not Ghana for expected from them. Say that is not what we were seeing. Because it got to a point that now president was taking reckless decisions. I said, now why need to are buying for? And do as a Council of State and the two are buying for. I understand advice is not binding. Said is he cannot power no power but I also believe so who to be for now consistently or say on fire. The best thing you can do is to resign.
That's all.
Because you don't sit there and be taking fat salaries and enjoy those things when the person you're advising, is so intransigent. Say, oh, Kenyans assumption also in here. So am I Ghana for lose respect for that particular your friends Council of State? May until say we redefine it and assign a different role and I say you be define roles or play clearly. No, I'm not too convinced about the impact the Council of State will have on our governance system. I know that a huge money in a year trogu, yeah, in shadow who some fast but if you are being paid, I think that people should be able to assess a dear war and value. But if it is advice is not binding. I know that the president is not under any instruction to take whatever that is being said to him or whatever. So I think constitutional review now, we need to take some of these things into consideration. Now you look at the functions of the Council of State. Now you're making sure that it look relevant in the eyes of Ghanaians. Because it's not just about the people in, it is about how people see what you're doing and how they accept and appreciate it. And I think and then they drive with this particular conversation. And then you're crying and walk and yes, you're saying among for questions say about Council of State to be out there. People don't know. People are not interested. You understand? Actually, the value I lose in recent times because of what happened in the last 8 years. In the past, it comes with some veneration. But for the last 8 years, So individuals going in, no, I think that they have a responsibility just to ensure say I rebuild the tattered image of the Council of State. Now you are rebranding it to a point a Ghana for me who say sabi emfaso so adwuma mu dia ye no enu nie. That is the only way. Anya sa captain you betimi ato aba yi amanfo de omo akọ you turn out to be the same thing emfaso bi amaso. So they have a responsibility. Yeah, to aba ma no it's not just a make ho keke. O ko make impact. Make your impact ya de na wo akoye no Ghana for feel say these people are doing this and I'm almost so another day say yeah say obia way ya behu your hand in the way and manner things are going, and that is the only way Ghanaians will appreciate. And Captain answer na me can't we honorable another pre
ne so to say NDC ni MPP ni
yes.
Oh,
I wonder why the IGP enya arrested by this time, Captain. Because you cannot make such reckless statement in public and get away with it. And as you know, you're mere and as if nothing has happened. Say your ordinary person being a making this particular statement. Ebianka and Nkojina court or yedi nasem. A violence and are inciting, and this is a person who is supposed to be an honorable person representing people in parliament. When you do that, you drag everybody around you into the mud. Then people begin to question whether you deserve the prefix honorable or not. And I've seen a lot of social media debate. I don't know that it's because of this behavior. And in recent times, Yehu Niema Akoso, was it not the same gentleman who in parliament because NDC for saying Muntino is okay. Okay. Abra Galab say issue about ye debate. And the same thing, and our committee shall say, behavior, also, ye bubu microphone in as a forum is the same person at the center of way, and then Yababedruha. I think, say, you see, say the Jumadia Shawansa, Captain, it doesn't mean that when you mean such a Ubiao. A Yahotoso and a Nipanya Muse at this point in time, you are the person who can help us deliver this. And I think that we need to replicate that by respecting the people. By speaking in the way I said, but consistently you go crazy, make loose, reckless statements, and you think people respect you for being just honorable. No, I like Speaker of Parliament when he told them, honorable members, before people will respect us, we need to respect ourselves. What is going on in Parliament? It's so embarrassing. It's not everybody though, but Captain, when you sit around and the perception and the impression people are having about this particular thing going on, it's not nice. And you can't be making such reckless statements and get away with it. So I'm employing the IGP. Say what? Because who's a man for the toy gun, a video, social media, or dear Chile Kochiobo. Mahuso be a video, Safi baby, or in some kind, they're police for Drew Aquachino. Asema papa na kan ye no, I think he must be arrested. And I say yam friend now me church him because or endanger the life of people. Ghana no na you know you be do a point among 40 politics I say. So say ansem hunu no o kan kro obi amfiu. But there are other people one way ya omonso no be carry on with those things. Right. We can't live in a country where people will be making such reckless statements and in the name of whatever they just get away with it. I think the IGP must rise to the occasion. Now we show leadership say we do not condone such things. And the NDC majority in parliament, they have the absolute numbers. But I think that they cannot afford to show weakness. Captain, numbers now all parliament is here. The NDC has absolute majority. The minority cannot influence anything. So psychologically, what you can do is to create a scene, create hostility, aggression. Say your presence will be felt. Yet to about we. When they're running the show, is it not a minority? They are running the show. Do you know why? Because they don't have the numbers to influence any decision. The only way they can do is to ensure that they create that hostile environment for you so that you cannot do whatever you're doing. Politics, and your Pentecost meeting, no, you need to show people say you are not weak. If you have power, you need to project that power. The minority then, the NDC, when they unpassed all of them, Edru Okuja Tone, your friends say, some Georges, no, a branch away, what has what horn and sack. na ye pobi ahoro ye nsa wa nka nye keno forata because at the time I call for the second betting no na wa bobo senior to the sense I can ho ahwe ma na nye Ghana for were angry they were looking for said that guy will not get a pass but NDC and call was in nsa e wo ne ho but this time round okuja to nya ahwe o the oya na say oboa to fight corruption Sam George the oya na say o kire na adwen but afele market na nko so ma hohoro mo nsa free no ho I'm telling you say unya power you need to project power. Politics is not Pentecost meeting. You need to show and project that power just to let your colleague who say we are weak. Because once you show weakness, you are done. And I see that signs of weakness in the other side, even though they have the majority. I think they need to tell their colleagues on the other side say they are not weak. They have absolute majority and they are in charge and they are running the show.
Bam. I don't know what to now. Tables, no.
Well, that did not me over, not me also.
Okay, baby, I then I say 8th Parliament, 9th Parliament, no. As a more young mother to send Kuala din the team agro. Why?
I say, Captain, you know, say, I say, the 8th Parliament was a very unique Parliament. And for the first time, we had a hung Parliament. Or, in other words, we say a balance. 137, 137. Now, independent. Yeah. So there was that struggle for recognition or whatever I should say, well, and the way we did things was different. And a presented Ghana for with opportunity to make certain amends. And the first group to take the step was Parliament to amend our standing orders. Say, yeah, the standing orders. Yeah, Green must say a Chinevino
hang Parliament.
Hang the Parliament. It is a hang Parliament by. So hang Parliament now and take advantage of things that has happened. New standing orders to reflect going in the future. The same thing, our constitution also did not also make provision. Say, when we in a situation now, when you so resolve. And the command say, if Parliament a year and at a point, parliamentary proceedings they call judiciary. And then
there be more paper.
Yes,
yeah, more best shares our Parliament national. More papers.
Yes, and it was because it was a hang Parliament.
And then where's the hang Parliament?
And that is why I'm coming at. Look, say and they say it will be madness. Excuse my language. Say time I speaker no. Nanka MPP. Akofa nipa ba say. Baby NDC. Ye ya dwen kire no. Omo ebi omo mpe ho nti omo de nipa ba.
Oh, there be the CPP file candidate. So
for speaker.
There is CPP file candidate for 2024 election. Tell them can you? Me am a party.
So, but in that 7th Parliament, the only thing we needed, they say, if we present a candidate, an MPP present a candidate, we only need to convince 1 or 2 people from the MPP side to vote in our way. And the issue about Parliament, that is how it is. In the time past, first deputy speaker and second deputy speakers, when they are presiding, they don't vote. And it wasn't a problem because the numbers were there. But and then, some say hang Parliament, numbers in the now about said that be and there's a first deputy speaker of the constituency nearby, second deputy speaker or representing Nkrofu, and the other or presidia on Twaba, and eventually Ababetma. And no na MPP for no free say, well, na NDC for no opposition. Among ye and near maybe an answer on my pressure via. Yes, so even though a 88, and we should revenge. Start sort of a revenge be and but now that it can't work. And they say I'm a control show no, I'm control show no. So only akwada eko kotobwa. ye hono mo akanfo de sekoto na ya mkobo ye akura nkura na ekotu enti tu first akura na we gya ma akwara no going forward now so akwara no kura kum dudu no obedan dia ide gya ma so we are just giving them a long rope not that we don't know what we are doing but I know and you see the minority will have their say majority will have their way but we don't want it to be clearly shown say we want to have our way but let us allow them no mun so enkan your munim na Ghana for ni omo sha say na say Ghana for has started judging them passing judgment and you know going forward things will change and losing no so ankasa no MPP losing and so abo mu pusa and that sort of frustration so Ghanaians should allow them to vent their
we are not looking at them as
frustration.
No, we are not looking at say minority and as a majority. Some kwalagro na mudi parliament wono.
See, Captain,
like munyina no sabe munyinyini.
And
yakosan line.
We are in a privileged position. People respect us. Yes.
Yakoto abama mu. Asem yen ayeto abama mo no mobu yen say yemwa cause mo nye mo mbo mo bra ne yie ti say mo amanyini minim de America
Captain where the beer obey you see beer no ena mo koduru ho no say ye ba ko say ye mienu I can hear you loud and clear na vetting and yet MP back. So I will say MPs. Trip table. I said, Kuala work in the garden classroom, Madam Amba. No more didn't cram my grow. Now microphone now, you day a bicycle na aton. No more budu. Muria, Momodia Yenchemo. But obey the book it where be a bobby car him. Yachinatum. Yeah.
Obia ye bibi kitwe be a baby. Yes, so I destroy will be property. Yachinatu. But mo must say akunya, must say epono, must say microphone.
Captain, near Okam ya, son of Canibiano. Son is Okano. But the point is that Speaker Atuanamo. Say I mean okay say committee na Speaker Atusa Omunya Juman. MPP side so Omabokoto. Enya dia ombe tie hearings no ombe ko ye invite omma ena Ghana fo nyina nsusu hu asem no ne fareba ba bi a hase but yes natural justice ne say obema obi akwan na waye den waka na asem ena speaker ti committee enya sa dia nka minum yenu ba bi asem ne ye den hase afiri but yemma obi akwan na omeka na asem no skra mo so omma and the young China committee no present to report. Na young speaker Adamu obetu afa ho. Se esese enkonya ye to. Nkonya na ewu no ye to. Ana etua hoka. Microphones na ya say na say etua hoka. Because na me kase me ho na me ni ho no. That day na omo veti Sawa MP transport minister. I was and the area na me nenam. Into no wie ya na of me no pie me kodru me office am saw me TV na hu say na pinche no esi ho but before you be free no na you tell say opposition for no ka you it will not happen personally I didn't know what because one ka committee no want to know what will not happen I didn't know so ena e buy enti no kan papa mu na anka committee na ya at e ma speaker cry e suspend bi mu e mo de fa chow buy osu yomume mu adwuma na emu committee no enya hwehwemu na mo fa report mra enti mo entwen committee no report ya entwen committee no report na ye sha say ye be ka ho asem bebra anhwe ya na ya tutu carbon.
Captain, I think sir, you see gradually no minority no move away from being minority into a subversive group. The omo ye nyina is to ensure a smooth running of parliamentary activities will come to a halt. That is the motive. Makatra why? Because they need to employ hostility and aggression in order to be relevant. And this committee a speaker to say yes yeah probe na Ghana for who whatever that happened, you know. Almost so I know that the key witnesses and people who are supposed to give us a closure on this matter, nobody is going. So I know that the committee report is going to be one-sided. Now as to whether implementation of whatever be the outcome, no crab reflect the exact situation. That's another thing. So I'm saying, sir, you need to see these people, sir, going forward, you know. Trust me, this parliament way is going to be the most dirtiest because it's the same approach they are going to employ throughout. That is why the speaker needs to up his game. Now, we redesign the method how to handle the situation. Because you have the numbers, you have absolute majority to do whatever. I can't do anything. I'm just observing. That's not my catcher said. They're just observing. So observing, I need to create a scene so that I'll be relevant. And that's exactly what is going to play out. So I think that, and we've gotten to a point that this is a group of people you are going to elections and they've lost miserably. As a normal person, this is what you do. You do sober reflection. You begin to ask, near my go wrong. I can tell you, one of the reasons why MPP lost miserably, arrogance. Arrogance, one of the key. But that is exactly what is being, your friends say, extended in Parliament. I think Markin sorry, you're not or Kasachere, the clerk of Parliament. And look at the language, look at the tone, look at the posturing. I'm on the Kasa to one another. So clearly, we have a long way to go. And the speaker need to rise to the occasion and say, I'm the man in charge. And yes, sir, because these people, they are so determined, this is what they are going to do. And the integrity of Parliament, because I've seen in recent time they've held a lot of people, privileges committee. I question when I want power to hold people, you are abusing that power because there are people within the house, they are more than impunity, they are more than contempt. So how dare you leave those people? What is your moral conviction? Say, Uja another umprehoabe be say, what citing for contempt. It means that you have the power and you're abusing it. And as you continue to abuse that power, and I get to a point that people will not take you serious anymore. So I think they need to look within. Nasa nema we are yekan. Omonsa say nya ho adwuma. Anya sa nema baji nsamu. That is what I'm saying.
Me be 2020. Na me ba be mu me ba be mu. Na almost say electrical. Obefa adwuma no. Aba ne de adwuma no e ma no. Okay. Enti ye entertainment no. Ono no betua eye madan ono betua amaye enti ye nyina ye bosi ye ni giye so ye penisa so ba mi nsa beka mi sika bu na bibia ni a metimi dia ye akura ma ba fie wa be fa adwuma yi enya me nkwaze se ibinu ma aba aka no bebre fia ye ka wo friend no crap mu ye church letters bebre
na momo de na aban na betua na sa wo ye adwuma na ma aban
ye na adwuma na ya aban na dia
okay nti wo
me ba be fi ho no omo de ama omo nkoso ye document
aha nti wo ye adwuma na ma aban ha nti mo de na hwan na betua
nti omo ye se omo ba electrical wo be fa adwuma no omo de sika ka go company ne di nyina de ma no ye sika nyina aka ho say ono no betua yeka enti oso we de yade kitu ezika kitu abi ba pem ne fie na ni obefa adwuma fie na ni ye de akọ labor commission ye ko e no mo se wo na de no mo nkodi nkokorafo omo yare mi se ma yare akoda kolebu be ye 1 month atwam e se 3 weeks bia me kolebu sika be na me mfa nko me lad be wo water be mitimi ntwa kan umwaye enti mitimi ho se papa na mpese obetua sika na amaye enti aban fa ne ho mbrem na onyi sika maye
pacho wo ye adwuma wo hobi
captain ma menchirem kakra me da so ye adwuma ho
na so da unya nkor
retirement me da so ye adwuma ho me san so ewo TUC so Ghana Man Workers Union as finance committee chairman. But and then me ha meeting no. Captain Memfa akonya so enje ejuma de bia wo ye no. Enye kakra. Edu bebi o se o man na agisi wo. Asema obisa menui nchechirema na wo mu ne se government hand over assets and liability edima Electrochem Ghana. Nanka o se nka government e na etua
enye retired staff ye kese wo mkro senka government etua compensation at the mine in relation to article 65 of the labor law o kan section say C or D na e kire pefe say wo dwen ho say wo pese wo dane adwuma no efi aban de ko akra e wo say wo trauma chief labor officer no mo ne workers nya atena ho na ye ka compensation ho asem arrangement yo mo ye ni science eda no mo dane adwuma ndi akwa private person no union deputy general secretary di ni ye ka kwa ho asem mo che ye boss say oh o ma consider investor ni take over pay oni e betina se na aka compensation ho asem insi
te se meti ase yie dia enhihye ne se aban eye that time na so be hand over there na ma a private person wanye
go captain yeken liability na e da ho eye aban liability a private person no be fed mo so tua no ontua ye and liability ni wukomu a de ya wo mba ko ne se sika e wo se ko workers so eye provident fund towards retirement ni adenya akem snit tier 2 akem
what to me trouble be my government at that time to go into it.
Oh, Captain. You throw petition the my ministry several times. Obianka Hoshi. You throw petition at the call parliament. I'm saying parliament petition the call yana DCEC ya omo sorry parliament. You throw petition at the call my MIF. You throw petition the call state interest and governance board. Obianka Hoshi. Petition there you throw petition actual. Obianka Hoshi. You call labor commission. 4 years ni every year be a call labor commission. The very last time I call labor commission 2024 June labor commission rule July labor commission share some legal department enco court na onco enforce say pensioners yet your meka I'm saying krata ni nya ho enti but the highest see and say captain footage wo ha I'm say producer year e behwe ejuma na egu ejuma na ya abandia na ehia sika kakra ma abandia hyem ama ejuma na edina na so na aban si oni sika saa tam na ehia 2 million aban si oni sika o de be hyem ti odane ama ankran odane ejuma no ma ankran no sisi aye ka sei ejuma na egu insu a ye hia aye raw material ye de ye nkyene no ohonya awe ye nya nsu na de aye ejuma sisi aso nkyene ye no rainy season ye nya nkyene dry season ni time ye nkyene hipi nkyene gu na rainy season ya ton dry season mu ni ye nya nkyene enso ni nya o se de be ne ye nya nso mfemba ejuma ni gu rainy season ni papepepe salt base a wo ho a ye de ye nkyene no rainy season rains no ebe dissolve ni nya enti sisi a na ye hia se o se aban de ne sasim no ejuma kese private person yi be o share aban boss obefa workers 3000 utie 2024 6th of March former president e kan say oh omotu nchini 1.2 million enye ne kre former president kan say wo ma fa nipa 3000 enye ne kre wo ko snit sisi a nipa electrochem for afai a little below 400 wo ko G area workers say well GR in Kratam a little below 400
na and the president in your figures no way
ti so kire entwa no twa kana for na captain ye cheche we mami say ejuma na aban dia na aban say ejuma no mempa bio meton a day a 6 March a wo address Ghana for enka wo interest me say it in some ho and some ho
yeah what out away
Dabi papa yi ono so ya pensioner na ni estarte no ketua bi o yes ka no dia hospital no ma ya man
ni nefra
me na me kura ni mu na me ne ko
and also mo ministry na man here
captain ya throw petition ya evidence petition 3 o say 4 the ama ministry obi anka ho hwe obi ministry po acknowledge petition na ya throw the buy po ya throw the call parliament first time ya anti ho hwe ya throw second time and also ye nya response
ya kra no mo de ya me ya
but captain there ya ne say ejuma na da ho no ejuma ye betumi afa nipa 500 within the shortest possible time 1992 abanji ejuma is self-subvented ya na ye nkyene di tua yen kwa aban sika bia mba adwuma no mu aban sika bia no ye mom ye tua tax e ma aban ye fa workers e ma economy ni koso na de yen wan say captain yentumi anya nkyene dodo bia na amanfo kra nkyene de ba oman yi mu hafeti ye sika sem ye dollar ye ka ho asem nyian say aban antuni nu amba behwen ya ye du rainy season mu pe on be kra nkyene e de aba ye sika yi e be affect no enti enu menim ya was aban e de ne nansi for
mo letters na mo de call ministry no copies or ho
but to produce our copies
ye be nya copies
produce our copies
so we can follow it up our ministry na fe ye hunu why na be tua title won e call retirement no benefit amount because I remember very well Ambassador Hotel wo mo ka say Indians na be toye no e na be tua edu baby no na fe aban na se mia na mesetua na ayeye ko na ye ba na ye ko na ye ba nti no esese ye hunu mu yie pa na fe yetimi ehunu bebe ye de befa ba me de ha me se so kura na so da wa adwuma nim
captain me da wa adwuma no but adwuma no mu njo sa se na ye hu a me chire mu no se ye pe se ye nchene a wokọ empona no a ebe take 1 month ama wo de apunsuo ebe flow by gravity e de aba ye concession mu eba ebe take another 1 month ama wa dane nsuo through evaporation system mu ama na ba dane brine na wo de brine na gu crystallizers mu ama na dane nchini sa process yin ebe take a minimum of about 2.5 months or 3 months sisi e February May na nsuo start to June na nsuo start to ebe ta kweko si August say ye ni nsuo a ye de be ye nchinya sa period ejuma no ebegu ejuma no begu BBNC ye captain
labor commission
BBNC ye captain BBNC ya e wo say ejuma no etumi gina ne nan so but ejuma na da ho ni nya se pictures no ye de two affiliation ye hwa oho nya ye wo ejuma na igu ejuma na igu na captain I was here drink Ghana o me cry dem ati say send American ejuma na asem no mbe yi medi o mu hwehwam so mbe yi medi because ejuma na me ejuma na ma ba be ka say ejuma na egu but ye do baby o say e bo Ghana ahon ban we e ye Ghana japade e kese a e da so ya ban dia e ye Ghana ejuma kese a e wo say e bo ho ban e wo say e bo ho ban we hwa o sales purchase agreement o mo ye ya ye ma 9 conditions wo mu say oh wa obefa ejuma di 9 conditions ni ejuma yin be ya odia conditions nye wendi so item number 6 and 7 efa ejuma for liability any compensation wendi so enti se wundi conditions no so dia na say ejuma no emeye wodia ena ejuma na be ya odia captain dey ya wo mu kra say ejuma na aban si ogu nti me dane ama ankra ma na be ye enchina na yetu no be sin da ejuma no mutumi to bida na afibia yetu nchine 65,000 metric tons any ekosi 76,000 metric tons and that me no ka say electric can be for ejuma omu to 60,000 metric tons da omu to 60,000 metric tons da enti na yekoya na ye bai na se wuntumi nya ejuma ni ya and na aban fa na ejuma na onda ni da nani sisi ya ka say na ejuma ni ti ebetumi to 200,000 metric tons sa aban eda na ejuma edi man ya yes ra aban dia ye hia keke nye sika dia ye hia ne so man leadership on my 3-member interim management committee on my union 1 slot on for 2 abani nominating deeper to make kan ye be ye adwuma afas 500 workers ye be ye adwuma etuntini 200,000 metric tons ya ye be ye adwuma etu ya enka ye be ye adwuma dani pensioners ni e kan kitinkiti e da ho nya ya ye be ye adwuma yi ada etu ya sa aka ni nya yes raban sisi adwuma ni oman ena wo hwe adan ho no so ejuma kese wo ejuma titiri wo kra ne electric emi aye ka ho asem
all right
enti aban yesre no enumenim ya so te yen ka dia on fa ne nan si fom ya ye bebo aban di anko yie bia ye bebo ano ama ya tiniti ejuma no ama ejuma na ejina na nan so bi ya de sere deni
all right Mamenda Wasakra, me the audio mami, me who labor commission also.
Okay.
We'll follow it up. Na the ABCB.
Now, so we share na my age for 30 good years. Now 4 years, no one is way. By this time, what the mammy, at the end of it, my
value na say. Se say the northern region at Tiefrim, Omanya omo Council of State member elect. Ena afei no voter region. And so atwewie omoyi Gabriel Tanko Kwamiga atople ono ena ekosi eye voter region anan se Council of State member. So far 2 down, 14 to go. Other regions and so ato ewie no yebema maswate obefia
ekojo minim say Western North diaba because I say Western North
one interest oh
my interest kakra ho
hey ayi assemblyman
only big edu there
there be now ogro ho dodo eso to no boase
na ogro ho say
there na eso slow down kakra
like how
because so catch the president to say one we need election now MCs in the bar we bet you say oh power what are you talking about
you see ye kasa da be ye can free enum no ye kasa ye powerful we have to believe it because for all this one the campaign ye midday in some tissue ni ye tie use ni pa ne nsema na odi tuja ne campaign na no na esisi so recently that was yesterday pe and no make his comment and I think say when your fast so kasa ye ne ase akugudro ne sa ne threatening way no and no and na me person me hu say be kwase na because big gate no no a contest no so yes small fish big gate on yes small fish at all
party chairman no
on yes small fish for party ni mu teacher Western North want to say unu obi sa e contest wo me kase upper hand because or your assemblyman and assemblyman members no I think omo dey omo to omo ka ho ma abato ye mua and the whole Ghana on our president do ubetimi find ways and means kwan fufuro because obi di sika beba also betimi dey because omo feel say we ye part of them until kwa and for all this one the kasa o kan ye say okọ obeka Council of State members ne ho a obeboa na assembly members so betumi enya ba bia gira because me marry we set time na ye campaign ye Ramahama edit to just share assemblyman for bossa oba obehwe na kakra bi kra bia every month bia no or de be ma wo nti na no obetumi agina so a convince ne crofo more Western of more na assembly members let me atoma but then sa ne comment na no threatening say na say big edu akwampo crofo bi oba na den de na say yes mampani di obe nominating for you ho no so bebo as obebo abro e ho dey say ho dey
Western regions where you honorable Dr. Maswell Boache
okay
as Council of State member
okay
and 3 down 13 more to go
Western of Mass still
Edusawa homano so menu amache
Captain Mejoso
na bibia makode e
ani adon bibia boko captain
mo na what to say
yo captain today na etinim no ende na abewa ayipuma kwam say yentumi enyiaba entumi to aba na yenyi eye benefo am betimi I represent the regions no especially Bono region our Council of State na said emremo no yirim senka nonso isi etimi ma bibia eye state etimi ehihye ede agro na ehihye so ebo nonso no ade isi tiri be pie mo hodoma omoyom setup bibia security bibia ye intact so ha but as we speak I ade about to and start here na ni na ye penifo so kasa ntimi nchirem de ntia ama process no delay but tia na me hu say o mama signal say obia nko inside na say be ya o betini assess process no I have delegate ni na ba delegate ma 24 na ni pattern e beto mo so aba na yi mo baako na I have delegate ni na class obia ehete edimede bia betini akosi pepe na yetini yi baako at the end of the day and to share the episode ha no ba ha ba ni bia nti ha I have ehete elections no be start na yetini omotini declare baako as winner
enti bono de omunya nhyase kra
Some I mean, look at the idea. I think now my friend, delegates, no, and then Penifona Apo inside our match here. And say, it's new or more Kasa. As you speak, the idea elections, no, among Saturday.
Wow. But when you had the code potty pass into a mayan to Abano.
I'm a winning Penifona Kasa. They are not ready to open up until you know what exactly is happening. Until Edia. After I have from Momo inside now, I'm over cutting here. I'm about to make delay here on the internet.
When many part of the contest as a report na Banicha say, a one or more super cacrade, and
so far, I need 10 and I contested and I 10 now out of 10, 24 delegates, and I say it's in a 2 on Swaba. And any part 10 age now.
It's any part 10 and age and any part 24 and a Cotuabano.
Captain.
Okay. Producer the notice of poll never to so a bono maybe yenu abe medusa at the report the fee a buyer no. Dr. Kusi Boachi Yadom. Ono odene ho doctor Afram Brimpon otoso emiensa. Afei nana afo chere ejinemu bi. Openi Edujima Dominic ejinem Urmal Adam Sulemana ejinemu bi. Nana Ankama Bosomtwe otoso mienu ejinemu bi. Ejewa Mary Nana Oyohima ejinemu bi. Nicholas Sadari ejinemu bi. Peter Kwadwo Akom ejinemu. Owusu Brempon Daniel and afi Eric Kofi Apia. Enipa 24 and ekoto enipa edui eso aba. Womunya nhase. Agro no so said the keka kono. Eso bia na oto ntem wi answer. Asa pressure we so. Eti bono no. No, Omunyan Shase. So far, voter region done, northern region gone, western region gone. Western North, the Nipa Tupe, and a aircrow, assemblyman, and Papa regional chairman, right? Western North regional chairman. Nona. For airborne training, Ewohono. Yeah, Council of State elections, the baby was say IGP leaked tape report in a way.
Before election, they're not bugri na bukan.
Sa report in a way.
Sir, Parliament.
Okay. Oti region. Openi Mohammed Harris, Ejnem, Joseph Babi Kwashe Kahon Nana Kofi Olato Ekahombi Mr. Nicholas Kwame Fato Ejnem
Enya boss nika
Debi Kwame Fato Ejnem B Richard Kins Atipo Maxwell Kofi Blagoji and Calvin Yao Klabi one and a one so agina a war a year oti but said the medica a catcher wono any penny baby or omunya 0-0 nibi fine pa ebinominya 0 nibi yabe call western region enche producer de resource na beto so Council of State pa na abaye to a 0 si ba pa ugu hu ketwa bi ubenya 0 to say western region say no enipa baako enum obi anya 0 when 0 no when so ensia kura ensia ubenya 0 na when so da ho say wine na eti yenko oti na Kisley wa homa so oti region ti say nye oti so na yate for Efrim Kisley ma che
Eje so mini a.
My tell, call.
You. I say again na yin say amamra no esi ni say every 4 years piano e was Council of Elders no before incorporate na yatini aye mansinu mu anamantanu nipa baako na wapapa represent aye regional na obetwemu e wo oti region afa na aye nipa enso na enkrata no na ene na abato no eba so e wo oti regional aye coordinating council nipa enso ya meka onwa assembly na experienced politician be say honorable Maxwell Kofi Blagoji Kane deputy minister Emma Oche region and afi Legon City CEO Mitre chief executive officer Urani Dinde Richard Kings Atipo na over ya meka na atame come on over ye and every year and then anapa bra na ebo nundu ehodum ediba electoral commission about so no Beko kuya no na opinion kane ono na and every ni e wo hotel region or represent hotel region as member of council no exactly every ni year about for edu enhia out of edu nwotwe no mo enti so me mu kasa idie owura a din di Richard Kings a people wasa den akọni premium no so e wo hotel region ha fa say na about no Koso wasunjin uche eye ban bonu ma bibia aga na kwa mu bokwa owura no ahye bo say Sunday a oti mantem for edi akonya no edi ama no obehwe na empuntunjuma eba na akwan ni school sensem ni nsu sensem ma obepre na odi ababa ma eye oti eye region sanso na odi tu yenim say wonu ma onu omuko eye akense ne nyina no obehwe so obetwe omu nyina abata no na say adwintire bi wo a patini aye den ade afre eye omo Etimedia Obizania, Hotel Region. At the end of a year, Council of State about no over leading a day, Mr. Richard, Kings, Atipo, can you all win and train and come on Wasanya in premium Nuswa, Oko Akobua, Abai, Ama Omaji, Omojuma, etc.
It is a say no, sound one and I will hold a wasan and winibium. All right, now, anypa do what trainer now or more to about no, what's your name saying?
Nipa do watching na omo ebeto aba no onye emu edu ensia 16
and nipa say na contesting no
nipa ensia and contesting into no count no my enson
okay enti na che say nipa ensia na contesting so no kwa fa 16 dia ese won munya 0 ndoso won
ka 0 nya man fa bobo 0 so
all right. Eti my na producer for Western region results no na yefa eno ento so temtem na feye hu said etie enti eno na eda ho no opani akwasi nsia ewua onya 10 Clement AJ Clement Unya 1 Nana Kosia Jem Fiaba Otoso Mienu Matuma he Nana himani mama ni 0 Man kai ohima pa mama nana hima 0 Nana hima kafra wati ne 0 we di ano he
Tese nana tufu enye ye Nana tufu enye ye.
Ose. Mata beti na aka no.
Se nana ya 0 ba hema nya 0 cheso otufu enye ye.
Otufu enye ye. Max Abuache nipa aduonu wotwe ekoto aba no nko asesa mudu nson. Ana nana Nkano Mako. Hey, nana wonso anya 0. Ivy ene ye 4 wo Nana Bonya Kofi Nana so wanya 0 ahefo no nya 0 Mote Ernest Selom 0 Jacob Opon Aqua 0 Mohammed Al-Hassan 0 Dipo otro ade ni timo ode pa on the way o si tro 0 no o spelling 0 no ma o no Shadow see your chord ni zet no. Ah, quite remode. 0 pow. Council of State abanso de yenton se no. Ni na de abayi na rejected ballot bi enyanyi ni ti.
Enyansa fo kwa na to.
Ti 04 no. Eti Western region so Maxwell Boache edika boso akere odada ono na won ato aba amano se onko di won anim embetu Ghana mampeni efo voter region there na omodo so fine but also zeros ne buy it's a council of state na dey tete kon say at 5 aka 11
Ashanti region so my
Ashanti region my Ashanti region in unity ti
ya say JB ni ha
o say
ya say JB ni ha eh what now say no mo bi am ho no
na obo agrikens ma hene yam bon yam sa eti enche be fresh up ma phone so na wetimi ne yen atoa so ewo enkran baby a omo wo no Greater Accra emai Central region and so emai the regions na aka ni na ba ye be ma waso aten fine abavia
Okojo say na medical kan same US friends say Savannah in northern region ni other we omo de na ba Central region so my
Central region my Greater Accra my
okay
Western aba
I have
Western North my I have for my Northern region aba voter region aba Aka Eastern Upper East Upper West Savannah Bono East
okay
Eastern
what Canada
okay and
okay
also enya MI
this time no senior the bia na kan last year in fact there if I last 4 years or 8 years your council of state for obia be diatum so mo bre because anka na your council of state nim say omo ye mpanifo titiro ni ahemfo eni omo asebe ye sheda kokoto omo so aba na bibia ba na
dem ko western north mra so ato aso
yo captain me ma onia ayi agafo nyina ati ana hamra eye western of regional capital regional coordinating council opana me ni wudire ya me kase na de nyina na say ene no moto council of state abato no e with the whole Ghana across the 16 regions over western of region they start abato no na bobe 10 20 and e start here and I to aba me no ka say ya to wi ni padodo a also moto aba e western of region you are 9 district bia ye nipa 2 into 22 plus 9 no e be ma 18 into nipa 18 and a to aba e western of region ye to aba ni wie nipa na omoko contest eye nipa miensa bere no aba ko withdraw anadwo no na anopai the other number 1 na your friend say Nelson Aka ye Ghana National Association of Assembly Members ni tie nya ene say o se wa withdraw so be the to aba conference hall no wa ma nti omo to aba wie no Michael Edua ye NDC regional chairman enya vote ni nyina 18 no say wanya vote ni nyina 100% nti me no ka say Michael Edu ye NDC regional chairman and o mayi mi say onko council of state member onko represent western of region
was say assemblyman no wa ma
ye ni le grounds wo no and o ka say wa withdraw but one for official statement and matter wa withdraw so easy omoto aba no mu nim say wa kan ho but ni representative ono ankasa ama me no ka say ye to aba ni wie Michael Edu nkuana na o room ho waiting agent ye to aba ni wie na assembly members 18 nyina no ato aba na dia ma no me no ka say de wa we ni
na Eradi Yakupon. Okay. Pacho, yeah, the city assemblyman or withdrawing.
according to assemblyman me dey withdraw the use for any when fun say or my letter be and feel camp but me ne be you know every son say cause an opa no say one year press conference in terms of no wasam ka kire e ma no pa no ka kire me say opese oni akasa no che say abato no onko bi but the beto abana ni ontimi and withdraw but ye call a room or conference hall RCC one e ko to abanu wanko bi e je say na sem no kan ye no modina so okay mo ontimi am for official letter bi am electoral commission
so we withdraw okay eti enipa miensa na e ko no ba ko no ka so nya 0
Colonel Adunyini and no withdraw into no the official you know
withdraw
into na on ka ho into na ko ka next but when you say let us person we share some trouble na o kan de ohu ye anade nti ama oso say we withdraw period ni mu e tell some trouble the captain we are called the best dia no so the beba be to e for the be ask the chance now no regular chama Machielebi any I letting as council member council state of member ndi this year we nya vote ni nyina 100% nipa 18 ni nyina no etuma no as say we be council of state our represent western of
eti ono nipa na ekoto abai na omoto ma nipa ba ko
18 ni nyina onya 18 vote ni nyina
okay it is say 6 down 10 more to go 6 down 10 more to go many am da say Abafia
because you
when you paint me and fakoto anyen kwan
I was say Nelson obepa yen onua for chel I was so part in central for chel because we are wasting your time any air time because you this for a car bem say be 2 weeks to start election way send ye mano slots e wo nua news so no na nya asem ketwa na watwenya and I was say o ye serious e wo niema bi mu we ya waye minim se bia ne political we no ena bia wateso anasesen unim se wo ma because time a wo ye campaign wo kom ye hodo no na unim grounds unim se de hodo mu sitie wagina mu ena no pay ena grounds ho ba bia ye hia ye to aba
chese we wasi time
we wasi time me cry at point gram say ada akwawe ada because your news da bia no ba da bia
if you had the TN say elections na ye nema miensa o obi ho obam so hwem obi atua ne ka
we do nya hwe
I mean say wo hweda ade ne de wo pen wunya na asa wo redraw make I say bere bi abesi ko ho ba bi na arante bi o parliamentary candidate aye e wo MPP yere ne ho a koje form or ye campaigns or ye campaign say na campaign or hwem obi atu I am yes sort out now nko for yes am sort out da men can say assemblyman sa no are you but elections ni bebre ho ya na sorting wo nko for yes am sort out da say say we ya no we you ti wa
we dey we nani abro
o say
nani abro
nani abro pa na last minute no
say last minute no ye de bi okohu wo form ho o tin say sa ne kasa na no kan na e wo kan wasem na hu hia
o say the delegate na akogu ya camp
yes big do a camp on baby and indeed the assembly force na disappointing because oni munya na e wo form oni munya na e wo grounds so it means that ebia ne okoya enka 18 go nya ba hokora
oguru ho obelusu the assembly election
yeah the akos no be nyeso oguru ho obelusu nyeso obelusu oguru ho obelusu because untimi waste for time sir o say
so you careful
you cannot do this in America
it's the assemblyman for Ghana high on president elected assembly members
yes
on president
yes
and now what council of state when you 0 Wabra assembly members so na to aba.
Omo na to aba no.
Hey!
Minimutue no.
Wo say?
Minimutue no. Ye pede e bedi ni ne. Eda tim say na isa.
Sika. Sa. Na council of state for so ayo mutua.
Kodu pa na mom love.
Wo say?
Omba mom love. Ebi am free hwehwe na eba. Se mbamfa ka.
Well, na dey so na me na omuntu no so awo.
Well, we say 18.
Baby kro mo 12.
That's it pa.
Ekuya sapoma wo Ekuya sapoma ewo Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council. Eti Ekuya what me nka ma che? May it take
perform a very simple exercise. Just to cast our vote and elect our members or representatives for the Council of State. Ghana is a unicameral state. We have one parliament, but we have a Council of State which perform it serves as a second chamber, but it is not a second chamber. They have a unique role to play in advising the president on certain key appointments. So the role of the Council of State is unique, and we all know. And therefore we know the caliber of people we send there. And that is why the Constitution has created that opportunity. So the Electoral College, you have been given that mandate to act as kingmakers. And you are going to elect our rep for us. The person you elect will represent us in the entire Greater Accra. As I speak to you, every region is performing this exercise. Northern region is already finished. Uti region is finished. Northeast is finished, but there was a tie. So they are going on second round. Greater Accra, we are going to set a very good example. There should be no noise. There should be no fight. This is people from Greater Accra casting a vote to elect one. There should be no fight about this. But we are all looking up to you. Accra is the capital. The whole country, Accra is Greater Accra. So let's set a good example and elect a personality to go and advise the president. Is that not the role of the Council of State? Is to advise the president in the appointment of certain key positions. We should have waited for a certain period before this exercise goes on. But why are we doing it today? Without the election of the Council of State, the formation of the Council of State, the president cannot proceed to make certain key decisions. And we want to form government as early as possible. Whether you are in CPP, you are in PNC, you are in NDC, for all of us to be free. So, this council will advise the government in the appointment of the director generals, the CEOs, the boss, and other key positions. So, it is not just a mere exercise. Certain key decisions must be taken. And I know the way you are united, the unity of Greater Accra will begin from here. At the end of the day, let's elect a man who can look into the face of the president and say, Mr. President, I wish we could have taken this path, or it's better we take this path. That's their rule, advising the president. I even don't qualify to advise the president. Because until those days, we could hear Professor Kofi Awono. They were the members of the council. That's how we started it. We could hear of Honorable Cecilia Johnson. After being local government minister for a long period, then he went to the Council of State. We could hear of Honorable J.H. Osua Champon. After being a majority leader for a longer years and minister of Agri for a longer years, then he went there. So this is a house you are going to establish, and therefore let's give the rule to those who can advise the president. But you are the kingmakers. I don't qualify. My dear sister, thank you very much for exercising your national responsibility. and I believe good job will be done here. I don't want to sound a bit partisan or a bit divided. This is an electoral college. We have confidence in you, and we know the best will come out from this place. Thank you very much, and may God bless us.
Thank you so much.
So that was the Minister of Local Government, Rural Development, Chieftaincy, and Religious Affairs. Allah walai. Abrante we adwuma Adwuma ndaminu anu ko mu na nye adwuma ketwa. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Chieftaincy, and Religious Affairs. Tia kam ministries mienu ye de abomu amano no na wote ne nka o se o address delegates na koto abano. Miyanya ko address general na nye baby a Greater Accra for Kusha because Greater Accra dey more thing. Accra no dey more thing. Pa. Mami nko so na fe me ne yakua sapoma ento aso. Obakua ma che.
Nipa 58. Enipa 58 ena womo ehwe anim se omo ebeto aba no e wa ha sei enne na omo nyina eye womo a omo soso eba beto omo so aba ne eye nipa 13 enipa 13 ena ye beto omo so aba na ntia ye nya ne se anapa ya emu mienu de omo aredro anapa na womo a wo ye beto omo so aba no eye afote abo Joseph ni laye Afote abo Joseph ni laye. Summertime kwa bilina ampon. Redeemer woyu. Anan Helbert ni aye. Samuel Dia. Nene Drolo Boso Adamte Awodikai. Obed Nyako. Samson Seyura Mukwajo. Agbemasi. Ena afe Joseph Tete Sotu. Musa Zayad. Albert Bokete Newu ono aredro ewomo ena afe Edmond Sian Akube omo enesa enipa yi a sese yemu mienu aredro ama aka mako du baako a enmo ena yeba beto womo so abano enti uhwe sede ehanom sei no etie na security eye tight pan fi abonten ede eba ha sei na omo ayebeto wo so abano nso so ebi ewa ha sei a mepese mene ebi edi enkomo na eja yemwakọ aba edoba onua TV so sei me bedru ha sei no na wo ka wani so adi hu na wokọ company fo yi hu a wode ebeboa adenti na wutu anamo ayete sei
efrisa Ghana akoye democracy amai na obi a woni nimdie bi ama ekro no nti abase ya se wusu yi hu na wuchenia wusu wo ma oman no wo kasa no na assembly members wa ha sen wo mo tiatia mu dede se abato ne kwa na wie ye ne wani nkunima a wo be disappointed na depere efrisa eye nipa dumiensa na yepa bakope efrim nti ni a okono ese ye support no na ho adwuma no.
Okay, yada na uwudi ne yede
efremi Hove Charles yaw.
Okay. Meda sepa na captain mamene me mami sade wasiesie ne ho timo sai oye nana hema prepare nana wadaruma yem wakọ baba onua TV so na wadaruma o obi bebisa sai oso wa mane ne san ewa ha na udin so eyeden Pacho udin eyeden na obeto abani bia na
me pacho David. Pacho.
Okay, Captain ma yentoa so na yemra me papa yi enchen yemwakọ aba eba onua TV so yedru hanom sen a obia yebeka ne se ne last campaign obia campaign ne campaign na etwa to no edru wo so no wo kan bi mpesa wuti moma onua ahwefo anyina ehu wo se wa redraw na dent na wa redraw ndi edi kan wudi na yeden
medini Albert Bokiti na wo and me withdraw enya bibia 2 reasons, politically and personal. Political and personal reason. Politically, you know, I mean, I have a senior colleague, a senior comrade on the list, which is Honorable Afote Agbo. waye Greater Accra regional minister waye Konkatamanso MP waye wakwenim nti me sure say so no edi na no tumo bibi mu ma concerning national issue say His Excellency John Mama Anya obetie na supreme nti me feel say o say me step it down ma me senior comrade no. Secondly, personally no so me finungwa traditional leaders na wonungwa no Honorable Afote Agbo Owumbi ono Konkatamanso ohine na Konkatamanso so ye nungwa asase nti me asana so ye menua panyin nti me menua panyin kopre sa me feel say onko so ko owie na edru me so a me so menya experience na free nsem na me wi ono so apushi me na me desire experience na aye edwuma nti na me step it down ma menua panyin Honorable Laye Afote Agbo.
Okay, yada sepa na sesi ye na chief sense minister ekasa ye na wo kasa no wo kire mu se eha eye Greater Accra wo mpese akasa bia ebesi e wa ha sei ba bia na sesi de ewu hwe sesi yi eye womo a afei na womo pese womo eba mu no womo na posifo no ebi esi womo kwan na mahu Honorable Felix na Koyo Okuno ni kunu ena wopese woba mu sesi ya na omo empese obeba mu sesi ni kunu ne de wutimi hunu se watimi awramu a enesa ba se opese wo frɛ obi eka ho na wone ne awramu ana se bibisa enu nti na sesi akasa no abaso ewo honom enti no Felix na Koyo Okuno eye awutu Senya East constituency MP nikunu ena wo prese obeba mu no wohwe ni tiri ho a wono ena atwa sakora no no ne de watimi awramu awie na emomo no aka nipa a wone no enam no nipa a wone ne nam no ena aka se wono so ebewramu a ede menteme ho ase ne ade no ede abane se otimi wo se aposifo no abambofo no bebre na na omo atimi ababedru hasan a omo epese omo calm situation no down omo pese omo calm situation ne down omo yese omo hyase ama abato no ahyase na nso so no esan se wei ekoso sesi ai wei asi sesi ai nti no omo apose kakra omo enya apose kakra womo hwese de ekoso wa hasei no asumudwe ebetimi aba ansana womo ebetoa so enti sesei womo okay, Captain, I think say I said bibia aye kama ewa ha say but omo ehwe say de ekoso no omo ebetimi assorti bibia out ama asumudwe aba ansana omo ahye abato no ase enti no Honorable Ahmed asori agina akasa o chese nipa kona wasi woba mu a oma ya enam so ama gidigidi aba ewa ha no sei no wa command se police fo no emfre no na eyade e wo se woba mu a omo enhwe se obetimi aba mu se de be ya asumdwe ebetimi aba ewo ha no sei enti eye Greater Accra Regional Council of State elections no eno ho adaro na yebo ama Onua TV ahwefo ene yetiefo nyina atibi no na sade yedi kan amamo enya no enteye no eye enipa dumiensa eni gina yese yento wo so aba ema baako entimi enim kunim na onkosi wo mo anamu na sese aye kasai emumienu de omo atwe asan ama aka du baako na du baako no ena obia aye krado ha se wo mo de abato no ebe hyehye so na ebekọ na wieye no omo ahwe nipa ko a obetimi edi enkunim enti no eye enipa 58 ena omo ehwe nimu se womo ebeto abano ende enipa 58 ena omo ehwe nimu se omo ebeto abano ende enti no yeda so a ewa hanum se de otimi hu se asumudwe ya aba asumdwe ya ba ene esa etino yeda so a ewa ha no mo sei ehwe se de adwumadie no esi ebekoso na anim ho no mo ne de wutimi hu se tension ewo anim ho no mo pa dede bi ekoso ewo anim ho no eti yepese yepese ye ko anim ho no mo na yehwe de ekoso ewo ehonom okay aje yafa ha said okay and no baby attention no ekoso ewo honom dedede ne de say aposifo ne abambofo ne se bibinti no omo obia entimi emfa ehonom biemu entino ye fa other side honom no na yetimi akohwe de ekoso ewo ha say eti say no election na ena ekoso ewa hanumo senya yehwe de ekoso ewo Greater Accra region Council of State abatuo na ekoso no enoa ena yehwe entino opie eba ebedru anim hanumo senya utimi hu se gidigidi na abufuo na akoma ewo soro ewa ha sei akoma ewo soro ewa ha sei pa utimu se omo pempem eno ase omo pempem sa omo pempem sa eti aha pa bako pai pese owramu a omo ama ne kwan eno ene nam so ama sa gidigidi aba ewo Greater Accra Regional Council of State abatwa ekoso ewo ehasei no. It's not Greater Accra Region Minister so aba abedru sesi an obedru ye no gidi dede ye ne akasa so ana obepie mu eno so ana o say
bibia be fine
pa so o ka wo mo to aba ne hwana wo ye hwan
dabi mini regional secretary
okay na dede ye den na di aba
assembly member ne ba ko a ono contest na onum say once o ya assembly member no ni call no so epenasem na abani say I was so stepping down and I need some of the supporters almost so moving to enti anu na amaha no ayese ba nya bibia
why the cast was stepping down one is was stepping down and the supporters nenti asia
as an assembly member no nkofo e manage no and I am say omuni mpanyifo ni bi a negotiate say bibia edu no ombusha anya dia obetumi a perform enti no ombre no wase kakra na mpanyifo no entepili enti no problem no but me sure say bibia be fine
okay enti no ya hwe say bibia e be fine say dia ekoso wo ho no mo no aposifo no ebi na womo ne abrantia baako omo enya akasakasa ewo ehwo no mo no enti say assembly member na no pese wo ramu a na ede abufuo no ene ade na ba no say no watimi awramu awie enti no ama asa wo sha ehanum say no ye boko kavra okay organizer wadaruma ye mo akoba eba onua tv so organizer gidigidi ye eden na dia
enye candidates ba ku person step it down and no person be step it down enti a person call inside no declare say uncontested biom eno pe na ye no
eno ti na ehifo na musimo omo ma
protest no say omo person be step it down nti ye no ma kasa enti omo call in enti ye be tu adwuma no sisi
okay yada say enti no organizer e na yate ne nka no enti no de gidigidi ye no aba mente me ho ase aba no a kire say candidate ba ko a wo person was step down ono no achi taifo na chi taifo e na wo mo enti ase enti a e de sa gidigidi we say aba pie mu ewa Sanja
ni mumre so awa ha say abrantia baako epese owuramu awo honom ana abambofo aposifo no ese dabi enti wo hwa de ekoso na we aye abrantia kwa omo abepie mu ha say ya omo pese omo era inside abambofo ne pese omo ebera inside no eno ene de sa entokwa we say ni gidigidi yi ade aba abepie mu ewa eha no say dede ya ekoso enam so ama say elections no ahote kakra say election no ahote kakra omo ehwe so omo be calm situation no down and sana womo atwa so eti say okay but ya mo akwa baba onua TV so omo ayesai wunimom
pacho minimum. But the case here is that they are asking one party to step down for the other party to contest. And we are saying that they should let us play fair and free election here. We can't vote for John Mama. And then it will come to the Council of State.
Okay, Yamakwaba Eba Onua TV so. And then I won't play. Then the diggy way up.
And the Pana Gidis obeying Kurim, Honorable Saziat, I'm see for man. If you want I am Fragana Kwasa, so only from. Now after Tagbo, in fact, this is the democratic era.
It's meba Musha, Ejna after Tagbo, any money paneso, and not an penny for better money panisi from now for Tagbo, Fanana.
Anybody but after Tagbo, on that two go. After Tagbo, but before I can, if I pay, now she's never in Mafa.
Okay, Yada say, Entino, Captain Yadaswa, our Greater Accra Regional Council of State for
I share them. He will never step down. Whether they like it or not, Zed is not going to step down.
Okay, Mepacho Makuma and Toyam, Mepacho, and then the Abu Foyama.
Anything I do from BC, Zed don't step it down. No, man, your person said, don't call election.
Candidate no what yes was stepping down. Okay, me pacho me ba enti dede ya mu ye na mo candidate no ti asiasa was stepping down wa den na mo ben.
Yes, election no election ambaso and ambaso china. No police oh, obia macho obia ni ho. Obia ni so e macho ma. Sure. Ready police at the podcast. Sure.
Okay,
say I can't have station on my front on the radio for say bra. Zero front on the radio. So I'm zero stepping down. Yeah, catch on. We are not fools. Your friend Alhaji Musa Ziad.
Okay, it's Captain Alhaji Musa Ziad. Wano, and almost was stepping down. And one casa and in a chita for said that be one more NC Emma or candidate no and stepping down. It's no a candidate back ehu enti and sa abufuyi any gidigidi ama the mumreso ewo eye ehanu say okay
Asile kaza Onia TV, I like Onia TV. Number 1 Awanyi Awaji Wadi MP Bokadamasu Washesa ene wako minister ewo ho ene so wako council of elder Yajenu tumu number 1 all the way
okay and captain say there saying and anim ha say no atie ye hwe se ye betimi anya kwan apo inside na ye ni afote agbo so akotwetwe enkombo ewo honom atre ama no so atre ye na adwen efa de ekoso ewo hanom sei no eho etino yadafo ewo AMA office Accra Kimbu yadaswa ewo hasen ya Council of States abatuo no eno ho a ena yewo ewo ehasei eti sesei no ye ko inside
na yakɔhwɛ sɛdeɛ sɛsɛ inside no so no yɛhwɛ sɛdeɛ ɛhɔ nom ɛteɛ sɛ anim hɔ nom dede yɛ ɛne gidigi no aba fam no yɛhwɛ sɛ inside hɔ nom so no yɛpakyɛ yɛfi onua TV madaroma nofa ɛnkyɛ enti no sei ɛna sɛsɛ inside ha nom sei no aba abɛyɛ tension ahodoɔ na ɛwɔ abɔnten no mpanimfo a no wɔn press wɔn bɛba inside no wɔn ɛba inside no sɛn ɛna inside no ayɛ ɛnam so ama tension no ɛnso so a ɛwɔ ha no mu sɛn no atimi akɔ ɛfɔm kakra nti
On behalf of my campaign team, together with the solidarity shown by honorable assembly members, I want to, in the heart of good faith, step down from this election. Thank you very much. Honorable. Let me come. Good morning once again. My brothers and sisters, we've seen what has happened. As a minister, I want to beg, let's be very calm and quiet. For regional cohesion, after the elections, I will want to meet him and his campaign team after the elections. Thank you very much.
Okay. It's Mr. Okay, so Obed Nyako around. Mr. Obed Nyako.
Okay, we proceed with the elections. Gas South, we have Peter Adonu. And then Joseph Pagnafiam.
Okay, Captain, into say enipa miensa and I want to step down from this particular election. Enipa miensa and I step down. Ama aka enipa edu and I say yes enimu say enipa mako aduonum enwoche 58 delegates ebeto womoso aba na yede nipa bako pa wobekwa akogina region no enyina anaimu na wakotu omampani efo enti say de anim hono situation no ayeboko biaya aye to abaye inside ha say so no aye boko a womode abato no ahyehye so ewa ha no say captain.